Hello there, my name is Jim Turner, and I made some podcasts about starting microgreens and things of that nature. I do things like radishes. You can use radishes. What I did is I let a lot of my radishes go to seed, and so I've got millions of seeds now, radish seeds, and they make a wonderful microgreen. And I've made some podcasts about microgreens. If you go into my playlist in gardening, you'll see the ones about microgreens. And you can do microgreens for lots of things. You can go on your phone, of course, your library. We all have a library in our pocket or close to us. When I was a kid, I was at the physical library all the time. That was my favorite place. I got to know the librarians. The librarians. They did magic now and then. The librarians. So I made a podcast about starting snow peas and sweet peas using the microgreen process. I thought, I wonder, could I start these in like a day or two? Same way as with the microgreens, I think I did radishes. I think I did broccoli, microgreens. I forgot the other ones, but so I tried the same process as microgreens to start my snow peas and sweet peas. I'll be doggone in 2 days. I put them in the ground because they had sprouted in the jar. So I was able to put them right where I wanted them. Like, you know how you put 3 here and 3 there? No, I only put them where there's one's going to come up, pretty much 100%. Unless, of course, the bugs get them or something. Sometimes you'll get those bugs that'll eat them when they're really young and they're gone. But it's not going to be a sprouting problem. Eliminate that. So what I did is I picked a whole bunch of those things that you saw me start. For those of you who've seen the podcast of the starting of the snow peas and the sweet peas in the jar, and this is the byproduct of starting those in the jar. And so what I do is when I pick a bunch of stuff, it could be anything. Like for example, I did a bunch of cherries, picked more than this big bowl of cherries, and when I would depict them, I would sit down. Let me go turn this TV off. So what I'll do is, I had my TV on because I was getting set up, to sit down and watch a program while I'm, de-shelling my sweet peas. And so what I do when I've got a lot of something that needs processing, I don't stand at a counter. No, I take this platform here, serving tray kind of thing, and I have some cushions, and I set that on my lap, on my recliner. So my feet are up, and this is sitting on my lap, and I sit there and I process all the stuff out while I'm, watching a program. Takes away the boredom, because it could be, sometimes several hours before I finish processing something out, and just standing there. That's hard on my bottoms of my feet, maybe my back, I'm leaning over, and, it's just boring as heck. So I got this little routine that when I do all this processing, I chill. At the same time I'm taking my break, I'm out doing yard work and pulling this and tugging that, maybe working out and do all these other things. And okay, I'm going to process these things out, and then I'll sit down. Now sometimes, I'll do this and sit in front of my beehive, get all my stuff set up around my beehive. I got what I call a bee cove, and I sit there a few feet away from my beehives, and I process stuff out. Just whatever is relaxing, take away that boredom. And sometimes it's an educational thing that I'm watching. Sometimes it's just a movie or a series, and it makes this boring process, I don't know, kind of benign. And so you can see what I do is I take these bowls, and I got the one for the peas, and I'm going to be putting them in, processing them into. I got one bowl for my scraps. This is the shells. I actually eat those. Oh my gosh, they're so sweet. In my opinion, they're sweeter than snow peas. Yeah, sweet pea shells. I ate those. In fact, they'll be going into my dinner tonight. And then I had picked some other snow peas, and so all the other odds and ends of things. I have another bowl that, things I want to keep that I picked with my picking. And so I've got 5 things here, so I have 5 containers that I sit on my lap and I process everything out. So when I processed all my cherries, I go out and pick, a couple hundred or more cherries, big old bowl, and I watch a movie while I'm pitting each cherry, one cherry at a time. And you can do that with all kinds of things, right? You don't have to sit at a counter or whatever. Plan it out and say, okay, well, I'm going to do this tomorrow, or I'm going to do that, later on this evening, and I'm going to chill while I'm doing it, not on my feet. And yeah, we usually don't look forward to that kind of stuff. So sometimes we wait too long on something, and it's too late. We lost that produce just because we just don't want to sit there for or stand there for an hour or 2 or 3. It's like doing surgery for hours straight. They got to stand on their feet hours straight. And so I just wanted to share this little thing. Oh, please subscribe, thumbs up, ring the bell. I look at it as a tip. I appreciate that subscribing tip. And so I'm going to be starting some more sweet peas because what happens is I like to start another batch in around the 1st of July. So these were early spring batch that I've started them, late winter, early spring, and now they're coming on and they're going to start winding down as the heat comes on. This is still June, towards the end of June 2025, and so I want to get those other ones started and come towards the end of summer. I'll be in the sweet peas again, so I'll get 2 cycles by doing it that way. And there's many things you can do like that. Radishes, there's lots of things you can get multiple cycles out of. But it's about timing and where we live. What kind of about the geography. The weather patterns. The heat, the rain, all that. So anyway, I want to share this little tidbit with you because for you folks who spend hours standing around a counter, I don't do that no more. I chill. Oh wow! Can't believe that just blew up. Man, or watch something that's one of those mystery shows or something. Just take away the boredom and of processing. All right, well that was kind of it for now. And I made another podcast earlier today about how they looked out there right before I picked them, and I'll be releasing that also today. And I made a podcast today of how all the other things have come along, how they looked in the winter and coming out of winter, and how they're looking today. The heat is on. Yeah, things are coming on, you know what I'm saying? It's like, whoa. So sometimes it can be overwhelming if you have a lot of stuff growing and certain things start coming on at the same time. It's like I'm picking all day long, this and then that, and then processing this and then picking that, and all day, every day. Anyway, you have a good day. Bye now. Freshly picked.